If you take a woman serious, it is important to know her body count.
My dating pool is, my
Expansive?
God, impressive. Expansive? I've had sex with 35 guys. Impressive isn't the word.
How many bodies is too many in today's standard? Goes by age.
She's 20, she didn't have at least 20 bodies. That's moderate. If she's 30, she didn't have at least 70.
I can smoke a bag.
40, she 100 plus. 50, she'd be at least 200 dicks. That's a moderate woman.
By the time a bitch is 40, she normally have to move out of the city she grew up in. The pussy is polluted.
That's over. That's
with all of the
that's
commoners
Let's go.
on her side of town.
It said you slept with 24 men, 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, 8 regular guys. Now you up to 35.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you feel the need to share that information with the public?
Because I feel called to share. There are some things that maybe moving forward I would keep to myself, but I just told you I had sex with 35 guys.
Some things are left best unsaid.
That's what I hear.
Do you really think a woman is supposed to wait until she's married to have sex?
If we want to have healthy relationships, yes.
And that's a great concept.
But obviously that is a fantasy. But it's supposed to encourage a woman to focus on a. But if she is f***ing a lot of, her focus keeps shifting from to. So now she got 20 focuses instead of one.
Brilliant. Well put.
Very well.
Greetings, your polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk. You know, my grandmama used to always tell me a hard head makes a soft derriere. And Brittany Renner is not an exception to this rule. You see, she was on Club Shay with Shannon Sharpe, and what happened was Shannon took a little time to try to explain to her how men are possessive and they don't want their women with a long track record.
That person knows who you are. They know some of the things that you've done. And athletes are very private. They kind of like, that's mine. And to know that that package has been unwrapped by somebody else, multiple occasions, it doesn't sit well. You say keep it 100, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
But then you have to go back to when there was the Derek Jeter diamond. That's what my track record's like. But Derek Jeter gets a segment on ESPN where they have his dating history and the let me finish.
Hey,
You were thinking it.
I'll get some water.
So, because my dating pool is, my
Expansive?
God, impressive.
Now, I'm going to let everybody in on a secret. Some of the women that you admire the most has dozens, if not dozens, of bodies in their backyard. That's right. Some of your parents, some of your aunties. There's a lot of folks with a lot of bodies and a lot of y'all's families, and it is what it is. But what is the difference between now, 2023, and let's say 1983? Well, you see, in 1983, there was something called shame, where people, when they had their phase, they went and they buried that deep away and tried to reform themselves and be good wives or good parents or good mothers or good whatever. But nowadays, women wear their body count, women wear their promiscuity, women wear what they want to do as a badge of honor. And let me tell you something, ladies. There's a lot of fellas out there that love the fact that you want to do what you want to do. You want to bust it wide open, and the fellas are like, hey, bust it open over here. I can't get enough of that thottery barn. But here is the line that you don't understand. You see, none of these fellas is lining up to marry Brittany Renner. And Brittany Renner is, by all accounts, a beautiful woman with a great body and who happens to be talented, at least in marketing. She's adding something to the table. But what she detracts is too much. And this is what you ladies just don't understand. You see, Shannon Sharpe said something so poignant that she was just too hard-headed to get it in her mind. She was just too hard-headed. Her light was too bright and the act too high for her to understand. You see, Shannon Sharpe said, listen, if it's just me and you talking, okay, but you gonna tell the world you got 35 bodies. You know, that's not everybody's business. And of course she said, well, then the guy who finds that offensive is just not my guy. and you don't have a guy that you want. Make it make sense.
If hoes are in check, society moves better. I believe that. If hoes are in check, society moves better. But this is what we have to be realistic about. God put too many hoes
Here we go.
on this planet
That's a good one.
for people to do right while they're alive. Bust down are in abundance. How are you gonna expect a woman with a throbbing monkey who watched niggas come in and out her mama room as she grew up to do right by that thing? It's not gonna happen.
11 guys in 5 years?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that bad.
Is there a number you're trying to get half a hundred? I mean,
How are you gonna ask me if I'm trying to get half 100 when I've been sitting here talking to you for almost 2 goddamn hours?
so 36 and that's it. Would you be willing to go back and get one of those 36 and make it 35?
Don't add a
and make
body.
it-
Hey, don't add a body.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to add a buddy.
Would any of those guys that you previously have slept with, would you be willing to husband them?
I've given some second chances, and it just reiterates why I don't give second chances.
And you know what? You're polite savages. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. She's still out there. She's still busting wide open. She's a whole mother, even though she said she didn't want to be a mother until she wanted to be a mother. And this is just a chapter of life that she's in. You see, these modern women, they live life a minute by a minute, but if you want to be with somebody of substance, you got to look ahead to the future. Or at least follow the leader. You see, you pick a man to lead, but you don't want to follow.
I am well aware of what's out there. I'm well aware a lot of guys are going to steer clear of me, which is fine. So that's why, as much as I want the family, it's almost like I can't put all of my eggs in that, because I'm going to have to make sure me and my son are financially okay. I feel like I can't just say, oh, I just want a family.
I want a family, but it's almost like you want family without the compliance.
When you are under a man's roof, under his law, if you're not okay with certain things, the only way that you can is if you have your own thing. So it's like, if I don't like your set of rules and I don't have anything to fall back on, then what am I gonna do?
What I'm hearing is what I typically hear: fear, scarcity, and lack. It's like, well, I can't put all my eggs in a basket with a man because it could go awry. So I need to have an exit strategy and a backup plan. And no matter how we get to it, it's 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
So do you think that PJ Washington, he just abused that woman? No, she didn't want to follow his lead. And this happens tons and tons of time. You see, women, you want the ring, you want the wedding, you want the fantasy, you want the rich man, but you don't want to follow the lead of the rich man. And then you wonder why the rich man leave you. And it happens all over the place.
Ladies, once again, men don't want women with high body counts, period. But to be perfectly honest, I automatically assume every girl got a ho-ho phase, running the rounds, rocking the rooster carousel, hopping from dude to dude, pole to pole, busting it wide open, all in the name of exploring their sensuality. I mean, look at your social circles on social media, in the mainstream media, ladies making money off a bunch of parasocial lonely fan simps and the like. I'm gonna say it, the default mode is to assume these women are out there acting a fool, wilding out, averaging 1 guy a month, and that's being conservative with the number. Does that sound harsh? Not really. Because if they can't see the value in themselves and what their feminine commodity holds, then why should myself or any man feel attached and pair bond with these ladies? It's gotten to the point where it's out of hand, where women are looking more like business partners, good for their genetics, to produce the offspring, the kids that you want, where love is removed from sex, since women have been so empowered by their sexuality, financially and socially. Love is looking lackluster these days, and that Disney fairy tale dream is being shattered. And it is dangerous to a man on his purpose to still believe in that Disney fairy tale dream.
I don't even expect women to wait till they married to start. Yeah. I think you need to get woe out while you young. And then later in life, ladies, find a cake that's happy to have you. But while you young, get it all out. Help the basketball team in their home games.
And I don't recommend.
Find out what it's like to have to take pills for 2.5 weeks while you're young.
Ladies lie about their body count, and honestly, the best strategy for you ladies is to lie about your body count to increase your chances in getting a relationship, because it will mess with a man's psyche. Now guys, I know you're gonna get mad at me because I just said that, but you should have listened to my previous points. Assume they all have a high body count. Remove your emotions from it. Detach yourself so you can stick on your purpose and get better looking quality mates. And by that time, I hope that you have your standards for yourself and a good filtering system to find the right woman for you. If not here in the States, in the Western world, well, you got Latin America, Southeast Asia, Africa, parts of Europe, and your whole world at your disposal. Men, just assume women have been running up the scoreboard in double digits, even the triple digits. Cause if you don't, then you are gonna be in a world for hurt when you find out those 12 guys she's been with has been actually at least 36.
If women could be exposed for their bodies, it wouldn't be a proud bitch in America. Most women lie about their body count.
100%.
They do not want you to know how many nights they say, go ahead, dig it out.
Oh my God.
They don't want you to know that because they know they will be judged. Like me, I don't care where you was been before I met you. I know you ain't.
That's a lie.
I'm trying to save you.
That is a lie. He's already, no.
I don't care where your was been before I get with you. I know how you get down.
See? There you go. So no matter what.
If I you
that thought.
easy.
Whoa, there you go.
I ain't put no evidence in no bed.
And I just want to channel the great poet, lyricist, and producer, the old Kanye, when he said the prettiest people do the ugliest things. Look at Brittany Renner. Look at what she's done to herself. Had every opportunity in the world. Every opportunity. She was with the $60 million man. She was going to be okay. But she couldn't hold on to it. I mean, I think it's time for people to start putting blame where blame is. Her behavior is crazy. And every time she goes on a platform, even on this club, Shay, sister girl was trying to do the best she could to keep it together and still wound up looking like hot garbage in the end. It is what it is.
Are you willing to date outside your race?
I can't do pink meat, child. I just don't see myself respecting anyone that's not black.
Why?
The man who's supposed to lead me is black. I know that.
Leading is the easy part. Following is what's hard.
The man that is meant to cherish me and love me and be there for me and that was designed for me energetically at this moment, again, it could change, could never say never, black.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on Brittany Renner here for her preferences because everyone has their preferences, but I will say this. Men with means, men of value, productive men will avoid women like Brittany Renner like the plague. Stay heartless, polite savages. Don't let yourself get attached to these ladies. Purpose over panties.
I think there's just a lot of women in this world are so uncomfortable with themselves. They don't just go out and go for male companionship. They go to possess things and make a fool out of themselves every time because they'll never possess nothing. The man who will probably make Halle Berry the happiest is a man that she's absolutely frightened of. But if she has a man she's allowed to compromise with and things like that, I believe she's gonna keep falling into this same it's over again situation.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe, hit us up on all social media networks. And as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? We're out.
We found true happiness